Alright, we are probably like 15 minutes from our secret gold spot. And this conversation is about mice.
Oh my god.
So we have a house that's empty next to us. That doesn't mean you can come squat there. Alright, so don't try that shit. But the owner takes care of the property when he's not there, and when a property lies dormant, critters are going to try, right? He doesn't have any trash or anything out there, but you know, they're looking for shelter and food and things like that. So we thought we had a mouse problem because of our Amazon business venture, which we don't do anymore. We started doing the Amazon pallet buys, and this is about mice, not that. We did very well in the beginning, but it must have been just the timing of Amazon pallets, or maybe the buyer, I don't really know. But after our first initial investment, we did very well with electronics and all the gadgets in there, and then all the money that I spent after that on previous pallets was a complete bust. That means whatever I spent for the cost of those products, I did not get my money back. I was lucky to get, some trash out there. Remind us to stop there and check that out. Trash on the side of the road with a bunch of goodies. So my initial thought was either the house next door is bringing mice. We have skunks and squirrels and birds, and you know, we don't live anywhere. I don't see no frogs or turtles, and we live near a golf course. We have flies, which drive me nuts.
And we're clean.
And my house is not a poop hole, outside or inside. So I thought, all right, maybe the mice are just because of what we're putting outside the house. I don't know. The trash, I don't know. Maybe it's the house next door, and it's not so tasty, and now they found a tastier spot that's cleaner and nicer. But I do believe our initial problem came from Amazon pallets, and I'm going to tell you that's where it came from. So we were buying these pallets boxed up. They came from their warehouse, right? Who brought in mice from Mexico or wherever they pallet up their shit, and then the next destination they get to is, you know, more mice are migrating to new places, right? They're crossing the border in Amazon boxes. You get it, crossing the border.
I thought you said it was because we had a lot of cats, and now the cats.
We didn't have any mice when the neighborhood was full of cats. There's no more cats. We didn't kill them either.
No.
So I do believe our initial mouse, and it wasn't an infestation, it was just annoying, a bunch of little fucking mice.
Was not.
Got in the house, very elusive. We glue trapped their ass and got them in the end, because mice, they were smarter than the average mice that were imported into my house. They would
Eat the peanut butter off
They would eat the peanut butter right off the mouse traps, the little snap traps. And the traps would never, and if they did go off, they weren't in them. So these guys were smart. They knew how to gently get it off there without getting whacked. So I'm like, all right, you little mother effers. Glue traps. Bam, bam, bam. We got them out of the house. And then now they're in the back room.
After losing $200-$300 worth of food.
Right. And then now we think that my dad let them in from the outside because he's in and out like a freaking child in my house. Letting the flies in, letting the mice in, because he doesn't know, he can't even see. So we're blaming him for running in and out with the flies and the mice. And then this is going to be going on for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And then mind you, my back room is like, I don't know, 15 by 30 or 40, you know, big open space. We had our pallets out there, so we're opening boxes in my house, pallets, carrying in, and these mice are genius out back. So we get them out of the house. Now we're in the back room, and we're glue trapping those things, and we finally we're winding it down, right? We figured out how they're getting in and out of the back room, because now that they have this new place that they live in that's so nice, well, they can go outside and do whatever they want, and then come back inside and feel safe and secure and all warm, eating on the grill, the leftover grill stuff outside. So we concrete and caulk all the holes and cracks and shit to get inside the sunroom area. Well, actually, it's not even called a sunroom. It's called a seasonal room is what it is by building code. There's no heat, there's no air. Well, there's heat today because it's hot.
And there's cold when it's cold
It's
out.
cold, yeah, it's cold. Yeah, Mother Nature heat, Mother Nature cold, no running water. So finally we iron all the escape paths of them getting in and out besides us leaving the back doors open or whatever the case may be. So we got the back room dialed in. Now they're outside. I'm like, all right. Now they're digging holes under the slab trying to get back into the house. The dirt outside. And because it's not very thick in certain areas because of the way I made it. And we've never caught them in glue traps outside.
No.
So
Yes, we didn't.
never. We've caught birds.
Yeah.
I think the birds were chasing the mice and then get stuck in the glue traps. Like they see the mouse pop out of the hole like he's going to dart to the grill to get some food.
They dart after him.
And then the birds swoop in and get stuck on the glue traps, and then the mouse has eluded the glue traps now. So we're like, all right, these guys, the next generation of mice, I don't know if they're genetically engineered or they put human brains in these little mice nowadays. So smart.
The last two we've had were
Smart. Like Mighty Mouse smart. If you know who Mighty Mouse is, you know who Mighty Mouse is?
Yeah.
He was strong and smart. So now they're trying to they're burrowing under the slab that goes into the front door, trying to get back into the house. Well, we concreted all the access back in and out of the house that we saw where they were squeezing their little bodies through. So we kind of bulletproofed the back room. And then now they're still, it's either one or two, but they're small. They're not the big ones.
I think it was two when we got one.
Could have been
so
two.
now
We got the one, and this dude in the back room, we trapped him in the back room. So what happened was we sealed the inside of the room while he was still inside, and then April and I were in the back room, and this dude was ninja.
Yeah.
Ninja.
You were concreting that one hole.
He didn't think you and I were looking for him while we were just having a conversation.
He must have been in that one box.
But I had 360-degree camera view on, and I saw him move. I'm like, damn.
And then I saw him move.
Smart. And he's like a criminal. Like the criminals go into the store, and they don't think you see them stealing. I saw this dude.
He even climbed steps.
So then I run over to where he was trying to get out. He couldn't get out the escape path because I concrete that hole in. He already knew that the other one a week later was concreted in. He is nowhere to go now. So he hid behind a box in a corner. Like I grabbed the glue traps,
And then he ran over.
bam,
by
bam,
the
bam, bam,
shovel.
bam, right where he was hiding for the exit path. So he already knew he couldn't get out his pipe. He couldn't get out in the corner. He was in the hole. He was trying to make his way up the steps to find a different escape route. And I would like to know where he thinks he was going up there, because unless he's going between the hot tub and down too,
Right.
which is possible. I'll have to take a closer look at that, because they can squeeze into tiniest spots. So I'm like, all right, we got him. So I grabbed the broom, jarred it right down where he was.
He ran right on a glue trap.
He jumped up to the step, didn't run around. He jumped up to the step, which I thought he was going to do. Like, I got him. If he ran, he was running into a glue trap. If he jumped on the first step, he was jumping into a glue trap. If he went up to the second step on a jump or ran, he was getting in a glue trap. Well, he jumped up, bam, got stuck in a glue trap, and bam, rolled down and got stuck in another glue trap. And I left him there for 2 days suffering. And I walked out and said, "Are you still suffering? You're not dead yet?" And then he finally died. So then we're outside, and I see these little holes. I'm like, is this a mole? It's got to be a mouse. I don't know what this thing is. The birds can't get them. The possums, the rat, the skunks. Nobody can get whatever is burying, digging holes under my concrete slab and trying to get into the house. And I would fill them back in. I've poured bleach. I've poured floor cleaner in the holes. Epsom salt, all kinds of stuff to try and deter this thing. Pest repellent sprays.
They do not work.
No.
By the way.
Chlorine tablets in the holes and chlorine tablets everywhere. Dude would just run right around all that stuff. So like, all right, we dug out where he was digging in, concreted. He would dig into that spot again. I would dig that out, dig the concrete deeper, fill it in some more. He finally gave up on getting under the slab that you walk out of the house. So that's done. And there was a hole that was on the other side of the house where he's going in under another spot. I'm like, fill it in, throw dirt on it, put rocks in there, fill this hole in, pack it back in. He digs it back out. I'm like, never catch this dude. Never see him.
And we even put our portable camera outside, and he didn't even
Now
try
we have the
last
camera
night.
outside, but I think he's already got it. So finally, the hole that he was in and out of, I was like, all right, I'm not going to fill this in. I am just going to glue trap this up. So I blocked it in with bricks. So against the house with a brick, and I put glue traps all in front of it. And then the next day I come out, the hole's bigger and he's nowhere to be found. I'm like, where did this dude go? Turns out we believe he's jumping over the glue traps, getting in and out of that hole still.
I think he knows that they're glue traps.
He knows that they're
do.
glue traps because we've been trying to glue trap this guy for almost a month, all outside the house. So now he's jumping over the glue traps. This is a true story. This is no bullshit. This, whatever this rodent is, we haven't seen him. We have a camera set outside last night.
He didn't make an appearance.
So the hole's big now. Like you can see that he's going in and out. He's making it bigger. And I think he made this hole big enough to where he can jump over the glue traps and jump right inside the hole, because the hole was like this originally, just enough for him to get in and out of. Now it's like this, all right? So I thought that he's made it bigger so he can jump over the glue traps and dive right into his hole, right? Because now he's dodging rodents and he's dodging all the birds in the neighborhood, because I don't know why they're chasing them down. Maybe there's no mice in the neighborhood, but my house. But the birds are in love with this little rodent. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna leave the hole big. I'm gonna put more glue traps out here. So instead of a 4-inch wide glue trap, I have 12 inches of glue trap in front of this hole. In front of it, on top of the rocks, I put glue traps on top of the rocks where you're forcing him to either jump up or climb up and get caught. So I'm like, there's no way now that this mouse is avoiding getting stuck in the glue trap. Come out, I don't see nothing.
Nope.
The hole's still bigger. I'm like, he's still here. The hole's like 3 times the size of what it was. And if the dirt's not thrown out onto the glue traps.
Maybe he peeked out and realized that he couldn't do anything and went back in.
I even took the melted glue trap slime and I slimed it on the rock areas too, knowing that if this dude's gonna try, he's getting stuck somewhere. Come out after work yesterday, he dug holes under the ground under the glue traps so that he can completely avoid my setup. This is how smart this mouse is. Dug holes under all the glue traps in front of his hole, because now he knew he couldn't jump out of his hole.
Right.
12 inches of glue traps.
And tell your viewers how
And jump
you found
back
that.
in.
But tell your viewers how you found that out.
I don't.
You dug and put concrete in there.
Oh, sorry. So at the house, I dug the hole out and packed more concrete. But that's not. So we're just fast forwarding now. He couldn't jump past 12 inches of glue trap. Couldn't climb up the walls because I slimed him in sticky glue material, and put glue traps on the top of the rocks. His only way out was to pop his head out of the hole and something grab his ass and pull him out like a bird without the bird getting stuck, or he was getting stuck in a glue trap. No, he burrowed under 12 inches of glue traps in 2 different patterns and out on his way. So I was like, that's it. I'm having sleepless nights over this mouse now. Like, he's getting the best of me. Like,
Yeah.
I would wake up in the middle of the night and I know that he's moving outside. So I came home from work. I've discovered his moleness. Pulled the glue traps back, and now I'm furious. It's 100 degrees yesterday after work. I said, all right, you fucker. April went and got more concrete bags for me. I dug all that out. I put 6 inches of concrete where he was, moved the concrete out to the 12-inch mark. I dug his hole out, and I still didn't see anything or him at all. Piled the dirt to the side, wet the concrete down, and I said, all right, this is it. More glue traps down. And last night, we put the camera out. There's no new holes around the concrete that I was working, and the glue traps are still set. The glue traps are useless because he knows they're glue traps. Like, this dude must have a PhD in avoiding how to get killed by me.
That's why I said he must have been a resident for a while to know that they're glue traps.
But we did put our camera out there to videotape. And we actually caught one in our back room on camera. Dude climbed up some shit that I had in there, smiled for the camera, and ran away.
Right.
Because it's on motion.
we saw him walk on the whole thing.
If this was a,
ledge.
if you guys know who Brainy Smurf is, this is Brainy Mouse.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to let you know how this fly is out. But
It's
we've
Jerry
been
Jr.
dealing with this for almost a month. This
Yeah.
little rodent. Thanks for watching.